The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers, and we are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of our sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show in the hope that it will be entertaining and informative for our viewers and listening audience.
And a good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers.
Tonight, sponsored by Southern Gym Photo Booth in Stark. Not only do we bring the fun to your event, but we make it picture perfect.
That's right. This is your show coming to you on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday and Saturday night. You control and run this show. We're just the rudders that steer this big old vessel.
We bring it to you first for education, discussion, and debate of local news, politics, and sports, as well as the latest on the COVID-19 situation.
That's right. We have you covered from Middleburg to Melrose to McIntosh, from Lake City to Lake Butler to Lake Como, from Waldo to Williston, from Lottie to Lulu, where we hear rumors that David Rodgers might be loitering around the area, and all points in between, including Gainesville, Palatka, Ocala, and of course, right here in beautiful Stark, Florida.
Now, here is your on-the-spot team making it happen every single week. First, putting it all together behind the scenes, our executive producer, Super Dave Holland.
Say hello, David.
Hello, everybody.
All
Welcome
right.
to the show.
There you go. And hey, rounding out the team is Austin Storm Chaser Stevens with our weather report this evening, and John Better Than Snopes Probst, and of course, our great media partners of Eagle Country 106.3 FM and the Bradford County Telegraph.
Up first to my left, filling in for the historian and governmental whiz, Byron the Bagwell, as our director, Michael the Dragon Slayer Heater.
Good evening, everybody. Glad to have you on board.
And I'm the local voice with the latest information, Mitchell Gunter.
Hey, hey.
And now, here is your host, David Rodgers, the voice of the Bradford High School Tornadoes and the Show
Pony.
Welcome to the show.
All right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. God bless you. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I am your host, Mr. Friday Night David Rodgers. We are coming to you live from the On the Spot studios right here along historic Hall Street in beautiful downtown Stark, Florida. Only 1,005 miles from Goofy Ridge, Illinois, where I actually seen Austin Stevens' lost dog, Goofy, there.
What? As well we do.
So we did. So let's get started, as we always do, with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic wisdom or quote of the week, or the night, as we say. So let us start with our prayer. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once thank you again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Let us thank you for letting me be with my team here, dear Lord. The on-the-spot guys, my brothers. And you made it that way, dear Lord, because you bound us and you put us all together to be able to bring this show twice a week, dear Lord, to all of our viewing audience. Thank you for the food that we receive each and every day, that it goes into the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, the freest of them all, dear Lord, the most powerful nation in this world today. Just want to thank you. Keep blessing it, dear Lord. Keep your hedge of protection over it, dear Lord. And as we're going through these trying times with the COVID and, of course, the uprising in America, that you touch each and every one of us and that we're able to come together and do the right thing. I want to thank you for the best armed forces in the world today. That is the United States Armed Forces, dear Lord, that they are out there each and every day, away from their families, their friends, and their loved ones, protecting our country from domestic and international terrorism, dear Lord. Thank you for those guys, and please bring them home safe to their families. Again, thank you for this beautiful week. Thank you for the upcoming days that we're going to have, and thank you for the next show that we will be able to do this Saturday night. And we ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ, and the congregation says,
Amen.
Amen. All right, if we can please stand. And I'm going to ask Mr. Michael Heater if he'd lead us in our pledge.
Absolutely. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I have a quote of the day here, gentlemen.
Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome into On the Spot with David Rodgers. I want to thank my co-host, Mr. Mitchell Gunner, who stepped in here properly and opened up the show.
Yes.
Very fine job, sir.
Thank
Right along with our director, Michael the Dragon Slayer Heater. Thank you guys. Mr. Brian Bagwell could not be here. He had all plans to be here, but, his job has to have him on call, and he happened to get a call right before the show started. So we hope Byron is okay and everything is all right, and hopefully he'll be able to join us Saturday night. But I have a quote of the day.
Love a quote of the day.
All right, here we go. Always stand on principle, even if you stand alone. Who said that?
David Rodgers.
Pretty close, as I just did. It was one of our presidents and one of our founding forefathers from back in the day.
Jefferson?
Ooh, just a little down from Jefferson.
Okay.
So you had George Washington and...
John Adams.
Hey! Bing, 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 bing! Mr. Michael Heater, you are the winner of the quote of the day. How about that?
I like it.
I like it too. All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. My name is David Rodgers. To my right is Michael.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm
Yes.
positive.
Are you real positive?
Very positive.
Boy, as a matter of fact, I just cursed you, didn't I?
I'm not a dragon slayer.
Oh, you're not.
No.
But you are. Mitchell, the Machine Gun Gunter.
That's it.
And to my left is our director, one of our co-hosts for tonight, filling in for Mr. Byron, Paper and Plastic Bagwell, is Michael, hotter than Hades, Heater. And right over to my left, our weather guy, he is Austin. No. Or is it? Austin?
Yes, it's Austin.
Is it? No, it's not. It's Steve, the Bionic Man, Austin Stevens. How about that? We can rebuild him. We can make him stronger. We can make him faster. But I don't know if we can have him do the weather any better, can we?
There you go.
I don't know about making.
I think that's a little out of his hands.
That is it. Okay. And to my right is our executive producer, Super Dave, the Amsterdam, the Hague, Holland.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you said about Lulu, didn't you?
I did indeed.
And what you say that there was David Rodgers probably had a spotting.
A spotting indeed.
Can you give me the whistle, please? There it is. Lulu, we had a spotting of the Sasquatch family as they were having a brunch at the park. But I did see some of their other relatives from the Gunter family. Papa, going surfing Gunter. Mama, California dreaming Gunter. Brother, highway to hell Gunter. Sister, witch hazel Gunter. Uncle, Nancy Pelosi Gunter.
I don't have a sister.
It doesn't matter. You do now. Uncle Nancy Pelosi Gunter. Aunt Joe Biden Gunter. Cousin, me and Mrs. Jones Gunter. How about that song? And cousin, Mr. Roboto Gunter. How about that?
Now I like the cousin.
You like the cousin? You don't like anybody else on that list?
Not a fan, but like the cousin.
Oh my God!
I think we kicked them other two out. You know, the
Which
Pelosi
one?
and Biden.
Kicked them?
Yeah, I think
You don't mind the other guys?
they've been totally kicked out of the family.
Do you mind? Do you mind the other guys?
I can deal with them a whole lot easier.
How about Mama California Dreaming Gunner?
What's wrong with it?
That's what's wrong with it. Here we go. Before we delve into today's latest, we want to recognize our great sponsors who have been working hard with limited staff and changing hours. This is our sponsor spotlight. Here we go. Fun Point Food and Arcade, Harry Patel. Southern Gym Photography, Megan Parmenter. Recovering from some surgery, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
did
heard
you
that.
see that?
Yep.
Got starting to recover a little bit. Hello, Megan. Miracle Automotive and Recovery. Kurt and Kenny Miracle. Seen Kurt last night at the Beef O'Brady's sneak peek show. We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yep.
And Dependable Waste Services, Jamie Clemens.
Oh, absolutely.
How about Williams Jewelry on Call Street? Brittany Leanne Creations.
Yes.
Designer by Pros and on-the-spot lawn maintenance.
That's a heck of a lawn maintenance company. I just want you to know that.
Yeah,
They do a pretty good job.
They do. They really do. Yes,
Good
absolutely.
deal. I don't know who owns it.
Don't
They
forget
make the green when they cut your green.
True.
that works too.
I wish I could make more of it. All right.
Cut more yards.
There you go.
Let's not forget Harry Business of Stark, our own executive producer, Dave Holland, running the shop there. Boogie Nights DJ service, Schuster and Saban Law Offices, and of course, our friends at the Downtown Grill.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Yes.
These are awesome.
Yeah, those were awesome. And now here's our all-news segment. We call it the 360. Dave, we take you around the community and around the country in 6 whole minutes. How about that? It's 360 degrees in 360 seconds. Tonight, brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade in Stark. Check out the all-new menu on Facebook or www.funpointstark.com. The Lottie Police Department, along with detectives from the Bradford County Sheriff's Office, continue their search for a suspect who robbed a fast-track gas station at gunpoint. The suspect, described as a light, skinny black male, wearing all black and a black ski mask, robbed a cashier over the weekend using a 9mm pistol. A video of the robbery has been posted to Bradford County Sheriff's and the Lottie Police Department Facebook pages. Anyone with any information is urged to call 904-966-6305. And as always, you can remain anonymous. Mike, I got to tell you all a story. We were together Saturday night, right? And after the show, we went over to Fun Point, had a nice meal, talked a little bit, got a little fellowship going on. We'll say we left, what was it, Mitchell? A little after 12 or so?
12:30.
Yeah, 12:30. So I'm riding home. I live in Lottie. Everybody's riding their own way. I thought about stopping in that store.
Wow.
I did. I probably would have missed it because that happened around what? About 1:45?
Something like that.
So I still would have missed it. But you know what the guy was doing? He's across the railroad track. He is scamming that place out and going, nobody's there, nobody's there. That cop's down there at the school trying to find some speeders. I'm going to run in there and rob that place. Sometimes I wish, man, that we would just wait a little bit later. I probably would have stopped in there. Maybe I would have stopped the robbery.
Might have.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
2 people were seriously injured following a head-on collision in Putnam County yesterday. The 2 people had to be cut from their vehicle after crashing with a semi on State Road 19 at the Cross Florida Barge Canal Bridge near the Marion County line. State Road 19 was closed for hours as the Florida Highway Patrol worked that crash. Columbia County detectives are investigating a rash of burglaries that happened on Northeast Williams Street, and Alpha Terrace in the past week. Police are looking for 3 men seen on security camera footage. Anyone with any information is asked to call 386-758-1095 or Crime Stoppers at 386-754-7099. Earlier this afternoon, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis appointed Michelle Cook the new sheriff of Clay County. Cook won the election against former Sheriff Darrell Daniels by 1,100 votes. Shortly before the election, Daniels was suspended by the governor after he was arrested. As he was still suspended following the election, DeSantis went ahead and appointed Cook to take over right away. With Sadie Darnell losing her bid for re-election in Alachua County to Clovis Watson, Cook will be the only female sheriff in the state of Florida. How about that?
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. A team from Marion County has been arrested following a shooting at a private party Friday night. An estimated 60 people were gathered south of Williston when a fight broke out. Levy County deputies were notified that a teen was suffering from a gunshot wound to the abdomen and was heading toward Williston for medical help. The victim was transported him to the hospital where he was listed in stable condition. A juvenile from Dunellen was arrested shortly after midnight on Tuesday after attempting to flee on foot, according to deputies. They located a firearm in his possession, which was reportedly stolen from Marion County. In state news, Governor Ron DeSantis directed the Florida Department of Health and the Florida Division of Emergency Management to sever all ties with Quest Diagnostics after Quest's failure to follow Florida law and report all COVID-19 results in a timely manner. Last night, the governor's office was informed that nearly 75,000 tests dating as far back as April were to be entered into the DOH COVID-19 monitoring system.
Wow.
That's a big number.
That is a lot.
While the data for the most part were over 2 weeks old, with some being almost 5 months old, the state felt that Quest failed in the interest of transparency. The overall results only varied by less than 1% of an increase reported. Wow. Here now is your weather update, sponsored by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find AWS on Facebook for the latest information. And now here he is, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado. Give it up for our weather guru. We can rebuild him. We can make him stronger. It's Steven. Who? The Bionic Man. Austin Stevens. Come on in, Austin.
Good evening, everyone. It's been pretty interesting weather today. The thunderstorms that did develop, there were spotty popcorn thunderstorms. But through the next week, we can expect the same scenario as today, with a increased chance tomorrow at 70% with highs in the lower 90s. Heat index readings of 106 to 110. And at night, lows in the mid-70s all week up until Saturday night show. And during the day, lower 90s up until Thursday, then increasing to the mid-90s. But the heat index will start decreasing by the weekend due to the humidity dropping. And there's a possible cold front on the horizon that could take the Swanee River Valley into the upper 60s next week.
How about this new tropical storm Nina there, Austin?
I ain't sweating it. It's going to go bye-bye.
Yeah, it's going to go towards Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. All right. Thank you, Austin. And once again, this weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find AWS on Facebook and get a local forecast sent right to you. And now our newest segment that brings back a little history. This is our on-the-spot version of What's the Date?
I love this.
I love it, man. And it's getting popular, isn't it?
It's really
Big time popular. So everybody that's on, ladies and gentlemen, here's your chance. Here's your chance to get a date right and possibly a prize. I'm not sure what we'll give out, but we'll give out something.
Hey, and I might even get it right tonight.
Good
We'll
grief.
never know.
See what
You're
happens.
over, ain't you?
Yeah, I haven't got any of them.
No, nothing. Yeah, ain't that crazy.
Well,
Well, maybe this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here are the headlines from the Bradford County Telegraph. The first week of September in what year? Proposed sales won't happen this year. Illegal dumpers targeted by the county, and Clay Electric accounts targeted by scammers. I know this one already. I bet 2009's up here, and I ain't even seen it yet.
Well,
Let's see. Oh, I was close. Man, I know what I'm guessing now, though, Mitchell. Was it September 2010, September 2012, or September 2014? The answer is coming right up, ladies and gentlemen.
now I will admit that I like taking lead on this, and I enjoy doing it. I made a typo.
Did you?
Yes,
Okay.
the proposed sales tax
There you go.
won't happen in that year.
All right, so here are the headlines
Try
again
it again.
from the Bradford County Telegraph. The first week of September in what year? Proposed sales tax
There you go.
won't happen this year. Illegal dumpers targeted by our county, and Clay Electric accounts targeted by scammers. What year was that, ladies and gentlemen? Here's your chance to stump the Dragon Slayer himself. Was it? Well, you can't stump you because you know the answer.
I kind of wrote it.
Yeah, was it September 2010, September 2012, or September 2014?
You know what's so funny about
What's
this?
that?
I was at this county commissioner meeting when this was being discussed,
Uh-huh.
and I told them, I said, hey, if you want to catch something illegally dumping outside the dump,
Right?
I said, all you got to do is get you some deer cameras and you can catch them.
And you can catch them, and that's what they did, didn't they?
I don't know if that's what they did. They
I
probably
bet you
did.
they probably did. All right, I'm going to start with Austin Stevens. What year was that, Austin? Was that 2010? Was that 2012 or 2014?
I would have to go with 2010.
2010, he says. Donald Stevens, what do you have?
I'll go with 2010 too.
2010. All right, Dave Holland, what do you have?
2010.
2010, Dave Holland. Okay. Mitchell.
I'm thinking.
Congratulations.
I can actually do
You
that,
did
right?
that. That's great.
I'm going to say 2012.
2012. I'm going to go with 2010. Michael?
Well, I know the answer, but I will say this one. I would love to hear some of the comments and welcome some folks in to see what they're thinking as well. Who do we have joining in on?
Well, how about this? Yolanda Jones, Austin Stevens, and Roy Jackson. Byron Bagwell, good evening, sir. Raymond No, glad to meet you the other night.
Hold on.
Last night. Yeah.
You know I got to do it.
Okay. Go.
It's Byron.
I know.
Good evening, infidel.
Sucky introduction.
Carry on, sir.
Yeah. Byron Bagwell says amen. Byron Washington. All right. Yeah. Close, Byron. It was Adams. Randy Scoggins, welcome in. Byron says, he's laughing. That's Byron, the ballistic calculator, Bagwell. Thank you. No, it ain't. It's Byron, paper and plastic Bagwell.
And I tell you, I almost messed up when I was introducing Michael here.
Yeah.
Because I almost caught myself saying paper or plastic Bagwell.
You
and
should
I had to
have.
stop.
Well, yeah, you could have said it. Yeah, why not? Mitchell, the machine gun Gunter. There you go. Judith Young Sally's on. Good evening to you, ma'am. Archie Waters is on. Donald Stevens is on.
I know that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Wendy Russell is on.
Hey, Wendy. That's
Nice
my
dad
boss.
joke. Nice dad joke, Mitchell Gunner. Yeah. How about that, huh? MOA is my middle name. That's Byron. Yeah. How about Byron PPB or whatever? Yeah, there it is. Archie Waters. Moa. Moa with a question mark.
There you go.
All right, we'll leave it at that. So it's a ballistics calculation, and that's exactly right, Byron. Archie Waters, laughing his tail off. Charles McKinney, how are you? Raymond No says 2010.
Okay.
Roy Jackson says 2010. Okay. Carlton Jones is watching, and Kevin Howe is watching. Big Kevin from last night. We're going to get into that a little bit. Who do you have, David?
I got so many people.
Yeah.
I'll just read a few off, all right?
Just read a few.
Not that I'm ignoring the rest. Thank you guys for being on.
And if you got some dates, give them to me.
Donald Davis Sr.
All right.
Yeah. Melissa Cohn.
Okay.
Tom Earnhardt.
Hey.
Is that Dale's cousin?
Probably so.
All right.
Robert Phillips. David Wilkerson's back again.
Okay.
And we have Travis Woods, weekly viewer.
Yeah.
You like Travis?
And none of them gave me any dates yet.
None of them is giving you any dates yet. Okay.
Give me some dates, folks.
Give us some dates, folks. I tell you what, we've only had a couple answer right there. Donald Stevens says, good evening, gentlemen. I don't even know if Donald's in the studio or not. Can't tell by this here. Benny Jackson says 2012.
Oh, hey, Benny, how you doing?
There you go. All right. You have anybody, Mike?
I don't have my...
No, don't have the room.
I am not doing the stream tonight simply because I'm trying to do several things at once.
Yes, you are.
But I do know there are some people that are tuned in on the show, on the main channel. They haven't popped in yet. I believe Mary Heater is probably tuning in.
Mary Heater? I know Miss Mary Heater. Miss Mary Heater, hello there.
That's right. And, of course, there you go.
We know who that is.
Yes, you
We
do.
don't even have to go there anymore. All right. Well, let's get right to it. Here are the headlines from the Bradford Telegraph. First week of September in what year? Proposed sales tax won't happen this year. Illegal dumpers targeted by the county. And Clay Electric accounts targeted by scammers. Was that September 2010, September 2012, and September 2014? The answer is coming up right now, Mike.
Hey, let me tell you what. Now, Mitchell's got a good memory, but I think it's because it was sooner than he thought.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, those were the headlines from the first week of September in 2014.
Nobody. Wow. Nobody. Not a. We had 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 guesses, and not a single soul.
Yep.
How about that?
We seem to do better with the older stuff like that. So,
we do.
So perhaps we'll jump back a century or so for Saturday night. All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. Okay.
Just say.
Yeah, maybe we'll go. Hey, maybe let's do an 80s or 90s.
Hey,
That'd
we
be
got a
good.
good one. You can find a newspaper article that is on me making the all-district and all-region track team.
Hey, I know that answer already right now.
What year was that?
I know exactly what year that was at. You did it as a junior and a senior, didn't you?
Did it as a senior.
I thought you did it as a junior too.
Well, I made it to
But you didn't get that
districts
actually.
and regions every single year.
That's what I thought.
ran.
Right.
But,
Okay.
Hey,
Maybe that's a
all
good-
That's a
region.
good one.
All right, we'll add one in there. We'll use that year. How about that? I know that year.
All right, so here's the deal, folks. So for our Saturday night show, one of the tips, one of the bonus questions for the What's the Year segment will be that Mitchell, say it for me,
Into the machine gun gunter.
okay, went to,
Actually, I was mentioned an honorable mention
okay,
Right.
as all regional athlete.
okay.
Yes.
So if you know Mitchell, like we know Mitchell, and you think you know what year it is, that will be a bonus question
Ooh.
that will be added for us to do our What's the Year segment coming up Saturday night.
How about that, huh?
Sounds great.
That is awesome. Dave, who do you have? Did anybody guess it, by the way? And did you have any more guesses on there?
No,
No?
no.
I
But
can't believe I got it wrong.
I would.
I'm surprised.
My sister, she just tuned in. Hello,
Yeah.
Beth.
Hello, Beth. How are you? From Ohio?
Yeah.
Hey, Ohio.
Up there.
Ohio. Hey, look at there.
Hey, and
You know,
speaking of Ohio, I've
Yep.
got some news.
yes, we
tonight.
do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And Beth knows all about it already, I'm sure.
Probably does. She's worked in the child services department.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's going to love this
Yeah,
one
I
then.
like that one then.
But I'd like to let all our viewers know that we're having a bandwidth problem with our internet, and
Okay.
that's why we're getting a bad signal.
Okay.
But if our audio is still good, we're here.
All right. As long as our audio is still here, we're good right here, in and out on the stream here, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Rodgers. I'm your host with On the Spot with David Rodgers. And David, that makes a lot of sense now why I can't get this to open up anymore, and also why I can't get the numbers of lives up there. And that's exactly
Yeah.
right. So if I hit this now it comes.
There you
I
go.
guess it's because it's still flickering there.
Still
Right.
bubbling.
There you go. But anyway, Minute of Angle is right, Mr. Donald Stevens. You know that because you're a serviceman yourself. So there we go. Again, welcome in on the spot with David Rodgers to my left, Mr. Michael Heater to my left over here out of the picture. You just heard him on the weather. Austin Storm Chaser Stevens. His wonderful father, Donald Stevens, is joining us tonight. Super Dave Holland back there, executive producing the show. You just heard from him as well. And to my right, the guy that opened up the show, Mitchell, the machine gun gunter.
And may I say, great job tonight.
Yes, hey, great job. Also, I want to stop right here before we get into this, and I want to thank everybody that came to the Before Brady Sneak Peek show last night. You was going to get into
I
that.
tell you, I really had a good time last night.
That was a great time. That was our fourth year doing it, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not get a chance to watch that, it is on our Facebook. And it is on YouTube now, Austin Stevens? Or not yet, or it will
It'll
be.
be on YouTube tomorrow.
Okay.
I got it
Okay.
tonight.
That's good.
Yeah,
So,
we did have a little problem with
and that's what I was
video.
going to say.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching this, you're going to see a little problem with the video a little bit. The audio was still great. It snagged up a couple of times, just like it's doing right here tonight. I'm sorry about that right now. Maybe it'll clear up here before the show's over.
Well, I
but
think-
it went really well last night.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of folks feeling this because there's something going on with the Verizon tower.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is one of the issues we've been dealing with for several days. There's been outages reported around the southeastern United States to include our portion of Florida. So we're kind of at the mercy of our internet providers.
And that's exactly right. So as long as you can hear us, please stay tuned in. But again, great show there last night.
Yeah,
A lot of people there. Michael, I'm going to be honest with you. Mitchell, Dave, Austin, hey, it was more than what I thought. I didn't think because of the weather and everything, with the rain and all that, and it being a Monday night. Because Monday night said the first one was great. The last two before that, wow, medium crowd. But last night, they turned out like goddamn chipmunks.
It was a crowd.
It was a great crowd. Did y'all see the other side of the stanchion there? There was people there, families all lined up there. Some kid come around, got him a shirt from Kevin. It was really a great night. We call it the Sneak Peek Show. It talks about the Bradford Tornadoes 2020. We try to do it the Monday before the game on Friday night, which is Friday night, as you had mentioned on the show, and we mentioned on the radio last night. We are traveling to Baker County to play our arch rival Baker County. It ought to be a heck of a football game.
The King fans.
Well, there you go, as you'd like to call them. You may not get in tomorrow night or Friday night. But anyway, if somebody's listening, like Kenny Miracle, don't let Mitchell come over here.
Well, I will tell you, I was really impressed with the number of people we had, and we had some really special guests that turned out last night.
Yes, we did.
Kurt, speaking of miracles, Kurt Miracle was there last night. Some of the employees from Miracle Automotive and Towing. Jimmy Clark made an appearance.
Yeah, I didn't even see him.
Yeah.
Was he there when you said something about Kenny? Was he there at that point?
He showed up.
Okay, I was just going to say, I didn't even see him show up.
And of course, our sheriff, Gordon Smith, made an appearance. It was great to have him on the show as well. Raymond Noe from the Bradford Food Pantry, Raymond's turned in tonight, was there as well. So, just a
Michael Walsh.
His favorite.
Yeah.
Billy Rayburn.
Billy Rayburn
Rayburn, my favorite, off his meds.
That's it.
No way.
Mike
that guy
was
was all over his dad. He must have been off his meds for weeks.
And it was great seeing Chuck and Mary Kramer again. They always put together a class act and a good program. I thought the show went really well.
And I thought it did at the studio there at the station, making everything happen.
Yeah, make sure. Yeah. And that show right there, ladies and gentlemen, cannot happen without Lynn Bellis. Lynn Bellis is at the station. She can't be there for all the partying and all that. She hears it, but somebody has to sacrifice, and Lynn does it each and every time. I love working with her on the broadcast, the radio broadcast. She's always on it, always on top of it. She learned from a great person. Her dad being in the radio business over 50 years now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, he knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing. It was a great show, great product last night. We got a chance to talk about Bradford Tornado football. And y'all went over the schedule as we did. Right. We got a chance to talk to Coach Tomlinson. Gave us a little aspect on what he's seeing and what he thinks. Had 3 great players there last night.
I know.
Eric Smith, the senior running back. Hey, man, that kid said he's going to gain 1,500 yards and at least score 15 touchdowns.
I sure hope so.
I hope so as well. Then you had big Levontre Daniels. He's going to FIU. Signed already a letter of intent with FIU. Y'all don't know where that's at. That's Florida International down south. He'll be playing for Butch Davis down there. So great program there. And, of course, Austin Lavelle, the other wide receiver. 6'2", I think he's about 6'3", though. 6'2" wide receiver that plays on the other side of Dante Balfour. I don't know why Dante couldn't make it last night, but I wish we could have had him because he is got to commit to South Carolina right now, a commitment there. But Ole Miss is really wanting really bad.
I love that.
So a lot of SEC schools and a lot of talent.
I was really impressed too because I always take pride whenever the youth of our community. Yeah. And it's great for me. Yeah, we got talented football players, and man, they're some big boys. But they are articulate and they're well spoken, and the level of the education that goes out along with the athletics. You just can't beat Bradford in a lot of the areas that we do, and I'm really appreciative of the players coming out and everybody that turned out for the show last night.
Well, you heard Kevin, right? Did you hear Kevin? Kevin stood beside Levontre Daniels. If y'all don't know Kevin Howe, ladies and gentlemen, my color commentator, he is a legitimate, I'm telling you, 6'8", 350, 355. I know he probably don't want me to give his weight out, but you can tell. But, he feels it good.
There's a reason why that's Big Kev.
That's exactly right. And he said, I have a man standing beside me. Did you say Levontre Daniels? Stan? Yeah. Levontre wasn't much smaller than him.
No, right. It was close.
Yeah.
It really was.
And I tell you, there's another thing that we forgot.
What's that?
The great food that was there.
Oh, great food, great sports. Yeah. How about the TVs going all around? Yeah. The staff over there, Bill Ellickson, did a very good job over there hosting us. Again, I want to thank Chuck, my on-the-spot team, Mitchell and Byron and Michael and Dave did a really, really good job hosting that show. If the internet would have kept working in any kind of aspect, we'd have really had a great show, and people could have watched it all the way through.
Well, the good thing is you can hear it all.
Yes.
You can just go back and you can hear all on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And, here shortly it's going to be on YouTube for everyone to enjoy.
I was worried sort of about the sound quality last night, guys, because there was a nice crowd in there. And they were talking, they were laughing and carrying on. And when we get them involved, they scream. And I didn't think we was talking loud enough, but the sound came across really well.
Oh, it was
it came across those speakers, and through his speaker down there, it came across really well. Y'all's comments came across really well. I went back and watched the show, so it's got over 500 views right now. So y'all did a great job, but we appreciate all that. But make sure you go back and watch that. A lot of information on the Tornadoes. Again, me and Big Kevin and the team, whoever can go, will be traveling over to Baker County this Friday night. Special start time, guys, 7 o'clock. Kickoff at 7 o'clock instead of 7:30. So that means the pregame show, 6:30. Why, guys? Because we got a new and expanded 30-minute pregame show. So this is going to allow me and Kevin to get in depth into the game, talk about the teams, talk about different players, talk about strategies and schemes. This is going to let us do what we do and what we like to do best. And it should be entertaining. Plus, we cannot do tornado football just like we cannot do this show without our sponsors.
That's right.
We have to have our sponsors, and we've got 15 great sponsors for this year's tornado staff and for the football. And we appreciate each and every one of them. We're going to give each and every one of them love each and every game.
Right. And I tell you, I just can't wait to Saturday night for you to come back in here and discuss everything that happened on how Bradford got that win.
I feel it too. And, I was talking to a lot of people, Mitchell, and it's funny that you say that because I was even talking to some people in Lake City today. That's the big game of the area this week. That's a rivalry game. Channel 4 will be there as well. So a lot, Lake City's not playing this week, Mike. Right. So, they're opting to play out of the state series, which that's okay. You can play whatever you want to play. They're worried about the COVID thing. Their coach has stepped down. But I'll tell you this. I'm waiting for that too. And, the Lake City boys, Michael said, hey, man, I think I'm going to go over there and put a thumping on those boys. And now we've lost a lot on defense. The defense was so great. Lost a lot of key players, Michael, there. Yeah, but there's somebody ready to step up anytime, Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Right. We've got the next guy stepping up. I think offensively will be fine. Pedro Carter will be quarterbacking. I don't know if he'll be playing in this game. But Dejon Shanks, who's quarterback the middle school team, he's a ninth grader freshman, and they say he looks outstanding. Oh, yeah. And he's going to be playing probably in that Baker County game, as a lot of freshmen will. Right. But we have a lot of weapons on the outside. We've got the senior running back Smith coming back. You've got Balfour and Lavelle on the outside. You've got a 2 or 3 interior linemen coming back. We should be all right offensively. I'm worried about his defense.
And I think that they're going to be a little bit more balanced this year with their running and their passing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know what I like about this is that, and I don't want to bring up, and we'll get into another debate another time about this one, but I kind of like the way our season is shaping up because we're kind of mirroring a certain auto racing thing. The granddaddy of them all, the Daytona 500, is the first race of the NASCAR season,
right?
And that's the big one. And I feel like we're kind of having our own Daytona 500 this week. Yeah, this is going to be one of the biggest games of the season as the kickoff to the season. I'm excited about it. I really am.
I am too. And y'all guys know, y'all follow football. You know football. You know the ins and outs. All y'all guys have played it, and you already know. I think that game over there. I didn't give a big time prediction of it. But we can, if y'all want to. Why don't we take this few minutes before you get into there? And let's get into that a little bit. As well as y'all guys know, at the beginning of the season, the defenses usually beat the offenses. Usually defenses are more ready to go than the offense because you still got to find time to get your finishing touches. I see that there's probably going to be a lot of false start penalties, offside penalties.
You're going to have all those jitters
and stuff. And without spring practice.
Right.
Without spring practice and the
snap
summer
counts off.
Yes. You're going to have that.
You're going to have some missed throws there because of, not the
timing is not there. So, but in saying that, I still think that defenses always beats offenses starting of the year. Then, like you said, Mitchell, those offenses start clicking, and then all of a sudden it mirrors each other. The defense is as good as the offense. I see this as a defensive struggle. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored unless there's something, Michael, that I'm not seeing underhid from Baker County. They do have that good running back coming back. They lost their quarterback. They lost a couple of those receivers. So they're in the same stage that we are. I see this as a defensive battle, low scoring. I like Bradford to win it 21-14.
Wow, I like where he's going with that one, but I'll be honest with you. I think that's a lot. That's a lot of points for what I think is all. I agree with you. It's going to be a defensive struggle. I think what you're looking at, and I think Mitchell hit it on the head, and I think Mitchell will expand on this. I think we've got a good balance of the running and the passing game, but this is going to be a defensive game. I really do believe that.
So you like it too? You like?
I do too, but I think the point spread is going to be a lot lower than what you're thinking. I think there's going to be a little razzmatazz, and I think that Bradford is going to pull out a surprise on Baker County. They're going to go ahead and make a big play, break for a touchdown, and that will be the deciding factor. I see Bradford taking
14-7 or something like that.
10-6. I think it's going to be a game of field goals up until we break one and
yeah. The only thing with us is, Mike, we don't kick a lot of field goals, but,
I know.
but maybe we'll get something inside. You like a 10-6,
I think it's going to be a 10-6.
And you like it somewhere breaking something off in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is that it's going to be a defensive struggle. And I do see Baker jumping out there early, getting the lead.
Maybe 3-0, 6-0.
3-0, 6-0, and then I think that we'll probably be able to get a field goal in because I really think that the kicking game has improved from what we saw last year. But I would not be surprised at all if we don't break one for whether it be a defensive pick six or whether
maybe
it be
Eric Smith long run or something.
Eric Smith is doing a tremendous job there. So I really think that this is going to be a Bradford win, but I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I'm leaning towards 10-6.
Okay, Mitchell?
I got 19-12 Bradford.
19-12 Bradford. So you like that low
I
scoring?
figured we'll probably miss a couple of field goals on
extra
point
points.
after.
Yeah,
we'll actually
and maybe them too
one,
as well.
And they're going to do the same thing.
So you like it sort of. We all like it low scoring. Dave, what do you like? And that you heard what we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
You know, that last year's game was 27-24. And you remember we had to win that in the last play, last minute there, last second. So you see how this close this game is. What do you think?
I'm thinking it's our first game.
It is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the spot with David Rodgers. I am your host, David Rodgers, right along my side right here to my left. You're right. He is our director. Who is that?
Dragon Slayer.
The Dragon Slayer Eater.
Nope. Michael. Michael. Hotter than Hades Heater.
I'll stick with the Dragon Slayer.
You'll stick with not the same, isn't it? That dragon, man.
The Dragon's more cooler.
He got some heat.
Well,
Either way, Michael Heater.
and depending on who you talk to, I could be hot.
Hello there, ladies. How about that? And to my right over here is our director, our man, the man of the hour, the guy trying to make it all happen, Super Dave Red Light. No, I can't say that. Super Dave Amsterdam Holland. You thought I was going to say Red Light. How about Mitchell, the machine gun Gunter? Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I don't know if everything's been fixed or not. We're just going to go with the show here. We are still live. Audio is still, audio is still good. Video is not. So we're going to continue on. If you're not getting a chance to see our handsome faces, you will at some point. So it won't matter. What do we got, Dave? What are we looking at?
Our bandwidth isn't picking up right. The video is still glitchy, but the audio is great.
Okay. Video's still glitchy. Audio's still great. All right. If y'all missed what we were just talking about, Michael, y'all did a wonderful job, Mitchell, opening up the show. Thank you very much. Hey, we've done our 360. We've done our sponsors. We talked tornado football. We've done our What's the Year segment. We've talked just a little bit about everything. Now, without further ado, let's get into some local news, Mitchell. You got it. Yes. What do you have for us? I know we talked about some big stories, and you got them right there.
Well, actually, I want to talk about the events that are coming up in our area.
Yeah.
Again, the Fun Point Restaurant Cruise In for all cars and truck enthusiasts. that will take place on September the 26th, starting at 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. But I tell you what, at 7:30 p.m., if you still want to stay, you can still stay there and have some fun. Got games, got plenty of food. Great place to hang out with your friends, and I know we do that almost every show at Saturday night. So that's going on. Also coming up is the NHRA Gator Nationals that will take place on September the 26th through 27th. And if you're interested in getting tickets, you have to call the ticket office out in Pomona, California, to find out how you can purchase those tickets. If you have tickets that's left over from March and wasn't able to use them because of being canceled, you also need to talk to them out there about that as well and try to get those tickets replaced for ones for September.
Now, do you know that number, or do you want me to pull it up for you?
Actually, you can actually pull it up for me.
That would be
You
excellent.
go do that? Yeah, I'll work on
Yeah,
it
excellent.
right here.
Work the magic.
There we go.
We'll get to a Bradford County School District. The school district has their system now shows that most of the programming issues have been resolved for all students in elementary and secondary that has registered for Bradford Select program. Now we have the approval to begin assigning courses. So they have been having some little issues with that off and on here in the past couple of weeks, but looks like they're getting all that figured out. And you should be able to get your classes and start on your programs.
Excellent.
Good deal.
Also, talking about the county and city news, this is more or less in the county. The EPA continues to investigate a methane gas release over Bradford County. The plume of methane gas was released into the atmosphere in north central Florida. This happened back in the month of May. Researchers with the Bluefield Technology say 300 tons of methane gas was released.
What day was that? Does it say when?
It just says the month.
Where were you in May?
Yeah, no kidding.
Good Lord!
Good Lord. I was just wondering. I think I may have been in North Central Florida somewhere.
I'm just curious.
Did you say North Central Florida?
In Bradford County?
Well, it's a Bradford County.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Did it say which end?
Wait.
The rear end?
There you go.
Okay, yeah. There you go. All right.
Anyway, the
Methane.
EPA is saying that the release was during a repair of a combustion turbine, and they are working to determine if that violated the Clean Air Act. So they're going to keep on investigating that a little on and on.
I bet
Also,
they are.
in Start News, I've been on the phone with Bobby Payne's office today, and I've also been talking to FDOT. Those speed limits will be changing at the intersections on the bypass, both north and southbound. So it will no longer be 65 miles an hour up underneath the traffic
Thank
lights.
God.
So that is going to be fixed. Also, they're resurveying 21B at State Road 100. This is possibly for traffic lights that will be placed because, you know, we have the new RV park there.
Right.
That will be open here in a couple of months. They have been working on that thing, and it has been coming along. I see, you know, the progress every day when I drive by there, and they're getting really close to opening up.
I can tell you that there's been some concerns that we've taken phone calls at the sheriff's office about the speed and everything like that one. So don't be surprised if you don't see an increased patrol of deputies along these hotspots that Mitchell's been identifying. We have deputies. I'll go ahead and warn everybody just so you're aware of it. Mile marker 6, which is just south of the northern traffic light.
Right.
There's a place where you will see where the cars park. We have deputies that are doing traffic stops there religiously day and night. We're also having deputies that are parking at 144th and
Right.
100 there at the vet clinic.
Yes,
And we have deputies that are parking, and there's a little section of road. It was actually very close to where we had a fatal accident last year. And but it's right there near the Florida Cracker Kitchen there at 21B. So don't be surprised if you see an increase of deputies because of traffic enforcement. They're working in these very areas that Mitchell's identified.
Right.
So, Mitchell, if I could just real quick, if you get a ticket now, it's on your own. Michael just told you everywhere.
That's right.
So, just want to get to a real quick thing here. We do, if you're just now joining the show, we do know that the video is freezing up. It's in and out. Sorry about that. The stream is not working very well for us tonight. I think there's some Verizon towers out. Is that what I'm hearing? There's some Verizon issues. So you can hear us. If you can hear us, please stay with us. We can still see some of you that are on here. We haven't lost everybody, Michael and Mitchell and Dave.
Right.
But, I can see 40 or 50 on live. We were, down 13 or 14. We can still see some comments. And I will get to those comments as soon as Mitchell catches a break right here.
Also, one thing I want to mention, this is something very important. Sunday was reported the 20th death of a child that was left in the car seat in the back of a vehicle.
Right.
And this actually happened out in Phoenix, Arizona. This is something that we have to find a way of stopping. We cannot leave our precious gifts in the back of these cars and walk away from them. I mean, if you are really afraid that you might leave your child in the back seat, throw your phone back there, because that's one thing you never leave without. Everybody's about to get their phone when they get out of the car. And when you go to reach in that passenger seat and that phone's not there, remind you that that phone's back there near that car seat where that child is to help you remember.
The fact that you have to have an electronic device,
It's sad.
to remind you that your child is in the back seat is distressing, to say the least.
Right.
I will tell you that, and kudos to Alan Parrish and the folks at Bradford County Emergency Medical Services, which is now the home of the new county fire department. Their Facebook page and their folks there, they track the heat stroke deaths nationwide, just as a reminder, as an educational opportunity. So if you don't follow Bradford County EMS on Facebook, you can to get the latest information. You can also visit noheatstroke.org. That's noheatstroke.org for not only to tracking the latest information, but you can also get important safety tips for you and your family as we go through the summer months.
Maybe if Vincent Tucker is on, I know with the way the internet's working right now, Vincent Tucker, lives out there near Phoenix, that area there.
Yeah.
Maybe he can elaborate on that story a little bit if he can come on, or if he is on. But I don't know the ins and outs of it. But either way is you let the baby in that car. Bottom line, like Mitchell said and Michael said, and I just don't know how you can forget about your child, your loved one, like Mitchell said. It's just saddening, and guys, it's just really heartbreaking. I hate to hear these stories because, all she had to do was take one more second, pop that door open, and take that baby or the small child or whatever it was with her to whatever she had to do.
Well, if you think about it, our car manufacturers now are putting sensors in the seat, and if there's enough of weight there, it will tell you that you have to strap into your seatbelt.
Right.
We have that technology now. I wonder if we can reverse that technology for our back seats of our cars that will detect that a child or weight is on that particular side of the car. That will trigger some kind of alarm to let you know that there's a child still in the back seat of your car.
I do believe Mitchell Gunner has just come up with a new project to work on.
Well, guess what? I do believe that project, not that project, but there is a project in work. A buddy of mine was telling me about 2 weeks ago, and I don't know why we haven't talked about this, because I've been wanting to talk about heat stroke and heat stress, and I just hadn't brought it up. GM is coming up with a system, I guess if you want to call it, where if that does happen, that a transmitter of a fan or something, they're going to place it like in the head of the seat, where like a small air conditioning unit or fan unit will kick on air, but it's going to do it automatically after a certain amount of time. Minute or minute and a half or whatever. He was telling me about that GM is trying to create something, but it's going to be in the headrest of the car, and it'll censor if somebody's sitting there, and if they're sitting there too long, it'll kick on like an automatic fan and blow air, and then at least that's a start.
Or a temperature control.
That's like a control, like an air sensor control.
Temperature.
Yes.
I don't know why they can't come up with a sensor that will detect body heat.
Right.
It would automatically.
I think this is something to do
like
with that. And to cure it, because we have so many of these then they got this fan or whatever it is that they can check out. Michael, you maybe look up GM and see if that. See what you can find out on that. I know that he was talking about that.
How hot can it get in a car?
I've heard upwards of 125 to 135 degrees and more, right, Mike?
Yeah, actually, tests conducted by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration several years ago, we were doing some research on it. They have reported temperatures, depending, again, on location and humidity levels, that the temperature inside a vehicle can get anywhere from 150 to 175 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is crazy. There were some people that were doing the test, and maybe they were borderline of having the flu and they had a fever. They said once they done the test, because they use real people to do the test, said he got out, he had no more fever, sweated it all out.
Yeah.
In whatever couple of minutes that was.
Correct.
No more fever. Gone.
Wow.
Yikes, huh?
Yeah.
That's hot. So go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Do you want to get out that number?
That's actually, if you jump back onto the Gator National Tickets, if you're interested in going, like I said, you'll have to call the ticket office out in Pomona, California, and that telephone number is 800-884-6472. Again, 800-884-6472. Another thing I want to talk about tonight is on the state level, Governor Ron DeSantis extends eviction and foreclosures ban until October the 1st. And that was actually done today.
Good.
Now we're going to step over to Ohio for a second.
Yeah.
This is a very great story. In the northeast part of Ocala, U.S. Marshals find 25 missing or endangered teens from the ages of 13 to 18 years of age, where they were, going to be trafficked.
Yes.
And this included a couple of big cities. Akron was one. I think the other was Cincinnati or Cleveland.
It was Dayton too, right?
And Dayton and
too.
a couple other cities. So I tell you what, our federal marshals, they're on a roll and saving these kids and getting them out of harm's way. And my hat's off to them. No child should be
Give them a round of
used.
applause, guys.
I'm glad I got my granddaughter out of there.
Yeah, hey, let me tell you something, Mitchell. Man, you hit her. And everybody wants to defund the police. Let's defund law enforcement. Who's going to take care of all this, Mitchell, for us? These guys know exactly what they're doing. This operation was probably in plan for months.
This operation probably started with the operation in Georgia,
Right.
in Atlanta,
Yes.
and it has kept on going, and now they're in Ohio. And, so the more people they get arrested, the more people talks, and they know where all these routes of where these children are being
That's right.
transported to be sold.
I imagine,
And,
like anything, that's just a small part of the organization
Oh,
that
yes.
runs all
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
So it's probably all over the world.
It's going to be figured down, at least here in the United States, who is supporting this, who is funding it, and those people, some of them who get arrested, may be a real big surprise to a lot of us who they are. But we'll have to wait on that and see what happens.
Yes.
I've got a trivia question for you guys. Not really a trivia. Mitchell probably knows it. Michael, maybe Dave. What, most of the human trafficking that comes from here, a lot of young girls mainly, like Mitchell said, between the ages 13, 18, 13, 20, whatever the case may be. In what country or what region of the world do most of these girls go to? Can anybody tell me? Don, take a guess.
In what region of the world?
Do most of our young trafficking girls go to? This is going to surprise you.
South America. I was going to say.
He was going to say South America. Okay.
I was thinking in South America, Australia, places
Or
where there's
Russia.
high volume of vacations.
Okay. Mitch?
I'm going to actually say Europe.
Okay.
European countries.
Dave said Mexico. A lot of them don't go there. Most of them go to the Middle East.
Middle East.
Well, that makes
I
sense.
was thinking
All
that was-
these oil guys and
That
all
makes
these.
sense. Yeah.
That's where a lot of these girls, because it's hard to find them in these small desert towns. You know what I mean?
And they're
In the middle of nowhere. Right.
Completely covered.
Completely covered. You can't tell. A lot of those girls go to the Middle East. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That is nuts. That's why when an official deal like this recovery that happened in Ohio, when it happens overseas, they send in the armed forces in there, the SEALs, the Marine Recons, your Delta Force, guys like that, because they know what they're looking for. And not saying that our law enforcement like ATF and U.S. Marshals don't, but U.S. Armed Forces are used to dealing with those kind of things all the time. So, Middle East is where most of them go. Crazy, isn't it?
Right. And
Makes
speaking of-
sense.
Now we'll go to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Kenosha,
Mhm.
Wisconsin,
Yep.
President Trump went
Was
there
there?
today
Mhm.
and was touring around looking at all the devastation that has happened over all the rioting and destroying of people's property. And I tell you, the governor and mayor both did not want Trump to come. But the people that live there, they were glad to see him come.
Yeah.
Because they know that he cares about them. And hopefully that will show them, hey, we don't need to reelect this governor and we don't need to have this mayor no more. We need to get him out of here.
One
They're
of the
more worried about themselves than they are about the people that they represent.
I've heard a couple of things that he did, Mitchell. I don't know if you watched a lot of it, but one of the things he did was gave the Kenosha Police Department $1 million to help restore. Did you hear what he said down there?
I
Gave him
missed
$1 million.
that part.
Yeah, gave him $1 million to help with rebuilding everything back and getting officers training, more officers on the streets, and you could see all the police officers that were there, sheriff's officers, and just law enforcement in general there, sitting around that table, and they were very interested and very thankful for what President Trump is doing. You're right, the mayor and the governor was not so happy, but it's not about them. Hey, you remember, you're elected officials. We elect you.
And he's the president.
And
he
he's
is
that's
the
right.
chief
That's it.
of this country. And if he wants to go somewhere, he has the right to go there.
Yes,
not
he
just
does.
because he's the president, because he is also a citizen of the United States. So that'd be like telling you, David, hey, we don't want you over here in Lulu.
God, they told me that though. Yeah.
You're too loud. You're too loud. You disturb the peace.
No, Sasquatch was a lot louder than me. Judith Young Sally, she says, I'm back. Roy Jackson, Kevin Howe. Billy Rayburn got him a good haircut today by Paul. Did you see him today, Dave?
No.
No, he did not. But he said Paul did a good job. Darlene Eaton, hello. Yolanda Jones is back. Raymond, no, not getting anything, guys, really bad tonight. I know, Dave, Raymond, I am sorry. It's going to be mostly audio tonight. Really sorry about that. We are going to work on that. Dave's doing everything over here that he can to try to get this thing back up, but it's just intermittent. So bear with us on the audio, guys. Donald Stevens is on, really, for the 14th time. Darlene Eaton, yes, we know the video's freezing up. Anthony Black, hello out of there from, where's he? Tallahassee. Charles McKinney. Raymond No says, good night, all. Yeah, I know, Raymond. I'm sorry, brother. I know this gets aggravating, and it aggravates us too, believe it or not. Yeah. But hey, as they say, the show must go on. And that's exactly what we're doing. I'm back again. I'm finally getting comments and everything. Hopefully all stays working. Not sure of all that. Well, it's starting to freeze up again. Absolutely. No sense in leaving a child in the car, Mitchell. No excuse whatsoever.
That's right.
Billy Rayburn says the Tornadoes 20, Baker County 12. Did we have that score? Almost close to it.
Yeah.
Michael said 10-6.
Yeah.
So Byron says he likes the Tornadoes 31-10. Wow. John Gardner's watching from all down in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Hey, guys, just so y'all know, Beef O'Brady's is going to be open later till 11, Monday through Saturday. We hope to see y'all later on tonight. And that's coming from Miss Kelsey herself.
Really?
Yes, she sure did right here with a big heart.
Well,
Guess what? We just might have to take it.
we might just have to do that.
We just may. Kelsey, glad to have you back, darling. Thank you. Charles McKinney's on again. Billy Rader said, just put an app on your phone when you get to work, comes on automatically and asks you. I'm assuming he's talking about the child.
About the what?
About the child thing. Billy said, just put an app on your phone when you get to work, comes on automatically and asks you.
That's great.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah.
Byron Dagwell says, no, I don't know what he's saying. Like an alarm clock, Billy says. Varsity football on Tuesday night. Varsity football on Tuesday night, no. Middle school football on Tuesday night, but not for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Friday, we're just talking about the game, Charles, that's going to happen Friday night as we travel over
We're
to
talking about
Baker
regular
County.
varsity.
No. Junior varsity may not have a team. Y'all heard Coach Tomlinson say because of the amount of players.
That's correct.
So it may be an all-varsity team anyway. So you'll just have middle school football on Tuesday and varsity football on Friday night. Charles said he couldn't watch last night. I know you were having problems again last night, right, Dave? A little bit. Not as much as tonight, but a little bit here and there, right? Yeah. So, no, Byron says, I was talking about Friday night. Missed the JV part. Pamela Foster's watching. I was really confused. I see Billy say 21-10, and then seeing your comment says 31. We're giving you a chance to guess the score, Charles McKinney, so nobody's confused. We're giving you a chance to say what the score is going to be. All of us have Bradford sort of in a close way. So if you want to take a guess, be my guest. Sean Bergen's on watching. Say hello to Sean there.
I've actually got our sheriff.
Who do you have?
Gordon Smith has joined us.
Yeah, has he? Sheriff, what's going on, brother?
And a few other people you've already named like that.
Oh, my God. Did I tell you? Did y'all see my thing?
Do tell.
We found the block cheese.
Oh.
Y'all haven't been on my Facebook page lately.
Yes, actually, I saw that. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd comment. We found the block cheese.
All right.
But we don't have it on hand. Randy Brooks. You know Randy. Randy Brooks. I used to work with Randy Brooks. Do you know Randy?
I don't think so.
He used to be a maintenance guy out there at CMC, what's an SMI. Do you know?
I know.
I think you know, maybe. But anyway, he watches the show religiously, and he's been hearing us say this. And he goes, man, I know about this block cheese. And I'm going to have to show you tonight after the show. He sent a picture. It's on my Facebook page of this block cheese from Washington, D.C.
Really?
Yes, sir. I'm going to show you the picture. Pull it up, David, if you can.
I'll try.
You go to my Facebook page. You'll have to drop down and view the post. But he found it. I tagged Gordon and Stephanie.
In it? Yeah.
Yep. Gordon says, yep, that's the cheese. What does Stephanie say? Good luck trying to get it.
Well, at least now he's got a picture of it.
Yes. So we have a picture of it. It's really neat. Yeah, you'll have to go check that out. But absolutely. What else you got for us, Mitchell?
I just want to remind everybody for the during the day in the city of Stark, expect the road closures to Church Street, Cherry Street, and Water Street off of Madison Street as part of the ongoing maintenance and construction to the new overpass for State Road 100. So
Gotcha. Good deal. Again, Mitchell Gunner on top of all this, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever have any issues or any problems, Mitchell does not mind at all. You messages in him or emailing him, whatever it is to get, if somebody has an issue or problem, they can email you or message you, right? Or message on his phone. We'll
They
get
can
it.
hit me up on Facebook. And actually, we were talking about the flooding on 301 with the drainage.
Yep.
I've got to still get with the city on that. What might be causing a blockage to have the ponding on the road right there in front of the motel, and and so we can get that resolved and see if it's on the city side, the county side, or if they already worked on it.
Dave found it. He's laughing at it. What does it say? Dave? It says Washington, D.C., doesn't it?
It says if you never had this,
Yeah, right.
then you don't know what it's like to be poor.
That's right. That's right. And there ain't nothing wrong with being poor. Is there Sheriff Gordon Smith? You can do what you want to. We're going to get into that here in just a couple of minutes. Mitchell, thank you for that local
No
report.
problem, David.
We're going to get into some national stuff. Michael, do you have anything that you really wanted to talk about? Anything on the brain? Because I've got a little something I want to talk about.
Just hit a couple things, some national news on that one. For those of you that are tracking, and of course we were going to allude to it during the weather report. We'll get a little bit more from Austin as we go through the evening. California is seeing once again very significant wildfire season. This is kicking off 2 months earlier than their normal season because it usually doesn't really start until October, November with the Santa Ana winds.
Right.
Nearly 1 million acres and over 30,000 homes have been lost in California's fire, to the point where Californians are now buying their own fire engines off of websites to protect their homes. Organizations such as SPAMFA, which is the Society for the Preservation of Antique Motor Fire Apparatus, and other private dealers in and around the country are seeing a surge in private ownership of fire trucks that hold and carry water that can be used to protect their homes should a wildfire threaten them. We also received a report that another firefighter has died battling the California wildfires, this one outside of Los Angeles. That brings the death toll of firefighters to 4, and over 7, I think at last count there were 7 or 8 civilians that have died just since the fires broke out last week.
Wow. Any rain or anything in the forecast, Mike, to help out?
No, unfortunately not. This particular, and again, Austin can allude to this much better than I can, but the Santa Ana winds, which come out of the mountains down, it's a very dry wind. That's what pushes these fires. The winds have started developing sooner this year than they have previously. The drought conditions are really expanding. We're getting wildfires breaking out in Nevada and Arizona as well. But California is the hotbed, no pun intended, for the wildfire situation. And so I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Austin, any chance that Nina goes across Mexico, gets into the Pacific, and can make a turn and maybe help out California? I know they don't need a hurricane, but they could sure use that water. Any chance of that possibly?
No.
No. Okay.
Now, Hawaii could have a chance of getting it, but it's a very, very low chance of like 20%.
Okay, so it's probably not going to hit the United States at all, right? Is what you're saying.
As of 11 a.m. this morning from the Austin Wester's Hurricane Forecast Center, no threat as of this time to the U.S. from any tropical disturbances.
Okay. How about any help, as Mike alluded to, and God bless y'all souls out there. We're praying for you guys. We're all in this together. Just because you're out there doesn't mean we don't care about you over here. We do. We care about all of our citizens, don't we, gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, and that's the way we feel about it. That's why we do this show. You are all still our brothers and sisters. And, gosh, Lee, 30,000 homes, Mike, is that what you said already?
Yeah.
That is do we even have 30,000 homes here at Bradford?
We do, actually. Yeah. If you can imagine a fire that sweeps through Bradford County, destroying all the properties.
That's how many homes.
And to be honest with you, what they're facing now, we've actually seen. For those of you that were around in 1998 and in 2000,
yes.
In 1998, we actually had to evacuate Flagler County from the wildfires. I
Right.
was involved in that firefight. And there was hundreds and hundreds of homes lost in the Palm Coast community and Flagler Beach area. So it's and again, California is a big state, but it's going to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately.
Remember the time, Michael, when Lake Geneva was on fire?
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll see. And again, it all has to do with our dry season doesn't only kick in until February, the second week of February. We're getting a lot of rain now, and that's going to continue, although, as Austin indicated, we're going to have a drying pattern coming in towards the end of the week. But, yeah, I mean, we don't see fire conditions nearly like they see out west. And again, it'll be some time before they get any type of relief from that.
All right, Austin,
the humidity helps, the moisture in the air helps us out.
Absolutely.
Anything, Austin, that they may see, any kind of relief, anything that I could give some good news to our California viewers that may help them out maybe here in the next future. Do you see anything? Is there anything up front maybe that's coming through or anything?
No. What's pushing these Santa Ana winds is actually a front moving through Oklahoma and all that. That's what's causing that. That's the backside of this front that is causing that problem. And but up in the mountains, snow is already starting to fall. which could be a good thing because then the more of that snowpack that they get when it melts in the springtime, it'll bring water back into California.
Wow, but now about as far as water from the from our heavens and our skies there, buddy, anything that you can, nothing right now. Well, our thoughts and prayers are with you, all our California viewers that are on, and I know we do have a couple. God bless you guys. We're going to keep you in our prayers. Again, we're all brothers and sisters in this, and if there's anything that on the spot with David Rodgers and the staff can do, please hit us up on our webpage. I don't know what much we can do, Mike, but hey, whatever it is, whatever little it is, we'll try to get it.
Yeah, best we can, absolutely.
Absolutely. What did want to talk to a little bit about Laura, Hurricane Laura, that's come through our Texas and Louisiana coast. They are still ripped to shreds down there. They are still battling, trying to get electricity back to a lot of places. Picking up a lot. It's gonna
months.
I've heard years. I've heard upwards to a couple of years in some places. That's crazy. And for cleanup and getting things back. You know, when Katrina hit through my hometown of Pascagoula, Mississippi, it took years. That hit in 2005, and they are just now saying that everything is really starting, you know what I mean? Right. To really kick back and everything. And how long ago was that? 15 years ago. 10 to 15 years ago. And that's horrible. But that's what these storms will do. And if you live on the coast, that's what's going to happen. That's what's possibly can happen.
I'm being messaged that also our audio is cutting out.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the show for tonight. Let's get at a stopping point here. Real quick thoughts, starting with you, Michael.
Hey, so, real quick thoughts here. Like, a great show tonight. Fantastic show last night. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, Austin will have it uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. You can go back and watch it on our thing tonight. Now, I'm excited about some football. I'm excited about, we're in September. Eventually, we're going to see some cooler temperatures, next year. And but I'm excited about a lot of stuff going on in the community. And, we will continue to bring you the latest as we get it.
All right. How about you, Austin? Quick weather update?
Quick weather update. Decreased rain Friday through Sunday, and then rain chances will go back towards 80% with a stalled cold front next week. Upper 60s possible in the Swanee River Valley. And I just was looking at some stuff. The Lake Charles National Weather Radar will be down for about a month.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So there you go. What we were just talking about right there. And when he means Lake Charles, that's Lake Charles, Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be down for a month. All right, David. How about it? Quick thoughts? Final thoughts?
Mine's blank.
Mine's blank.
Yeah.
Just thinking.
I've been on this.
I know it. You've been on
computer
that thing, Dave,
here.
I want to thank you, Dave, for all that you've done. You were trying to keep the show going, but brother, you cannot control the internet.
No, I can't.
So yes, but we may, Mr. Gunner.
I just want to say, people keep a lookout on suspicious activity that may be happening. I did hear a rumor that it's very possible that BLM or Antifa may be coming to Keystone Heights in the beginning of November. And I have talked to a couple of the store owners, and they said they are not going to tolerate it. They said if they come peaceful and they march, that's fine. But if they start breaking into their stores, they will be in their stores, and it's going to be a different tune to their beat of a different drum, you might as well say.
Let me in on this.
They will protect their businesses with every force that they have to. They have lived there in that area. They've made those businesses on their own, and they're going to protect them to the fullest.
Thank you, guys. And as we wrap up tonight, I want to just reiterate what all these guys said, especially Michael Heater. I'm ready for some tornado football. It's been since last year, since we broadcasted a game. Me and Kevin are excited. We didn't even know if he was going to have a season. It's been that up and down with the COVID situation and everything else going on.
I thought you were going to have to go somewhere and call a ping pong game.
Something. We were trying to figure something out. But, it's glad to be back into the radio studio, production room. We've have y'all heard any of our promos yet? We've got the first one already. Y'all have to listen to the one on Friday. The one on Friday is always the funny one. So me and Kevin having a little comic fun on that. But can't wait to get over to Baker County and play the Baker County Wildcats. I think Bradford will do very well. I predicted 7-3. I think you said 8-2. Byron said 8-2. David, you said
I was around 10
10-0 or undefeated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on my 8-2, David,
Losing to what?
I predict them to go ahead,
Uh-huh.
go into the playoffs,
Yeah.
and make it all the way to the final.
Okay. So, but the 8-2, we're just taking regular season right now.
Right, and I think their two
Yeah.
losses will probably be Madison
Yeah,
and possibly University Christian.
and University Christian. Okay. What did you guess last night?
I went with the 7-3.
You did,
And
me
to be
too.
honest, I was being a little optimistic. But the more I
Me
read
too.
up on it, I think we're going to have a good season. It's not going to be a great season. It's a year of rebuilding.
Right.
But with that being said, I'm really stoked. We got great players, good coaching staff,
Yeah.
and I think that as we go through this season, if there's one thing that I truly believe in is that the pandemic has really built a level of cohesion that allows this team to build, and I think it'll pay dividends as we go through this season and more importantly into next season.
I like 7-3 as well, and so did Kevin, and so did Chuck. Look, we're going to be young. We got 7 seniors on the whole team. We're going to be playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Not very many juniors either. So not very many seniors and juniors. That means a little bit of lack of leadership, but some of those guys that were there going to step up. They've already stepped up. So 2 or 3 years from now, this team is going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have some state championship runs in them for sure.
Well, I'll look for those team
So.
captains to put those freshmen and
Absolutely.
sophomores
In
up
line.
underneath their wings
Yeah.
and help them along to make them
Yeah.
stronger and
Yeah.
better
I got your
players.
back. Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, it's like we're not the only ones in this.
Right.
All the teams we're playing are going through the same
That's
That's
it.
it. Exactly
reconnection, same thing. So there's a lot of elements that are folding that are going to really probably put us in our best favor.
Because they all of them only started practice on the 24th
Yeah.
of this past month,
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you what everybody's got in common right now? Everybody's undefeated, right?
They're all going to be gassed.
Everybody's
before that fourth
undefeated
quarter.
right now,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So everybody's, like y'all said, everybody's starting on the same field, on the same play. I look them to lose. I think they can win that Baker County game. That could go either way now.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a rivalry game that could go either way. I look maybe to give them a loss there. I don't want to. Madison County for sure. And the other one, Mitchell, that I was thinking about was maybe South Summit
I thought you were
coming here.
Well, Byron thinks it might be Swanee.
Now, Swanee is going to be okay, but they don't have the team like they usually do. I talked to a couple of guys that I work with over there, and they're saying, David, y'all are going to come over here and kick our rear end. So does that tell me anything? I don't know. That could be them talking. I don't know. But anyway, glad to have that back. As Mitchell said, keep safe with everything that you do, from your health to watching out what you're doing. A lot of human trafficking stuff still going on. You got the COVID stuff going on. You got BLM and Antifa, things like that. Just keep your head on a swivel. Make sure that you're safe. Make sure you're in groups of numbers when you go out. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if they see you one-on-one, it all becomes 10-on-1, and you're the one.
Right. One thing real quick, one thing I can say, if stuff like that starts breaking out here in the state of Florida, like it has in these other states, Ron DeSantis is not going to sit back
Nope.
and let it happen. The National Guard's going to come in. They're going to bust some heads. Some people are going to get arrested, and it's going to be over real quick and
Yeah.
swift.
Yeah, it is, and you're exactly right. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep being safe. Look, at the end of the day, none of us guys here are racist. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I can speak up for any of these guys and say that they're not racist. We never have been, and we never will. We always talk about how we can fix the problem. And Michael, I'll tell you this right now. I don't I don't hate anybody personally in Antifa or BLM. I don't hate them as people. I'm not racist against them. What I do hate is their actions and what they're doing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because why? The media keeps feeding it and thriving it. And then these big stars, big players, I don't hear them doing anything, me personally, doing anything to try to calm the situation. They just going to say, if something doesn't change, it's going to keep happening. Well, take some of those big dollars that you got, and why don't you help us out in doing this? If we need to bring people to a table, why don't you make it happen? You know why? They don't want to make it.
Won't they take their money and go to Chicago and quit the black-on-black crime that happens
That's
there
exactly right.
every weekend of anywhere from 60 to 80 people being shot and up to 20 to 40 deaths a weekend.
A weekend,
Take
yeah.
that money up there and help those people.
And that's exactly right. And if you say, well, you only hear it from one side, not the other, well, why don't you take your money or take your influence and get these people at a table and let's talk. Let's figure out how we can do this. You know what, David? I don't see it happening.
No.
I don't see it happening. Is it going to take on the spot with us to do it? It may have to.
And we're all Americans.
That's it.
We're all Americans. We all live up under the same flag.
Again.
And if you don't like that flag, and you don't like our
let's go.
Constitution,
We can get
and
out of here.
the way everything's written up, our roadmap to keep us the way we are so we don't fall into a socialism-type country, get the hell out.
Yeah. And you know what? Look, I'm not going to be mad with you. Go ahead. See ya.
Yeah.
Hey, enjoy your life. Hey, that's on you. But I want to tell everybody because everybody says, well, I've heard this. Y'all are Republican-based show, conservative-based show. Okay, we may be. But we've never sat here and said that we hated anybody.
No.
And we're not racist to anybody. Again, I don't like the actions that are going on because the actions now, Michael, are more than about George Floyd, which we didn't even get into tonight, that I could contradict on a lot of that. And are you going to get into that?
No, I'm just going to say right now, we're not racist at all about anything. And you know what? We don't like the way these certain organizations are going.
Right.
And both of these organizations have people of every different race
Yeah.
in there. And the thing is, these towns that they're going